So welcome to February's mid part of Rauta. Today's band comes from Finland, actually the same city where I live, Turku, and this is a relatively new band, only 5 years of age this year. Nevertheless, this band has been quite active during its existence. There is already out 3 EPs, 1 split album, and now time for their second full-length album. Welcome, Malum, and here is the CD for today's review, Night of the Luciferian Light. So, let's do a little unboxing and check out this brand new release, which is actually out 16th of February. So this is really fresh from the oven. Now, here is the CD, which should give you a little insight of the band. Yes, that is of Lucifer. And here's the CD inlay with nice bones and eye to give you a little bit of feeling of this album. Here's the backside of the jewel case. And as you can see, there's the track list and Angels of Light, or Lucifer and the companions over there. Well, I wouldn't buy money on all these characters, but you get the idea. Here is the backside of the booklet. So there's a wake image of the lineup, 5 guys with the vocalist in the middle, Mr. Tyrant, who's the main man in the band. And inside we get more band pictures and then the lyrics, which are not in very great font size. I don't know about you guys, but my old eyes are pretty weary, so reading this might take some glasses. Here's more lyrics and band photos, and here are the rest. So this should give you quite a good image what this band actually looks like. Bullet belts, hoodies, corpse paints, whatnot. All the very basic Nordic black metal vibes. Well, at least that's my perception of the band. Seen them live a couple of times and seen or heard a few of them, their albums, so there is nothing new, but then again nothing wrong with this setup either. Now, Malum's music has previously been quite the normal, quite the usual Nordic black metal. That is fast tempo, sort of semi-aggressive and kind of a dark, a little bit maybe melancholic with their melodic black metal. It's very Luciferian, so that is, this is one of the not so NSMB bands, not of those, depressive, suicidal black metal bands, but quite, the basic black metal, as basic as it can get. You get the idea. There is Satan, there is Lucifer, and go forth. And the vibe of the music is very relevant to this kind of stuff, so there's nothing new as such in their music. Now, like I said, there's nothing wrong with that, but Malum's biggest flaw maybe is that they are hardly bringing anything new to the table. Nothing wrong with that either when you're doing it very good way, but that is where the things go a little bit clicking. That is what I try to say here, is that Malum is not exactly the top-notch Finnish black metal band. Surely they do good riffs, good songs, good compositions. Nothing as such is missing, but they are not top-notch class. Now, there's quite a few reasons why it's not happening. And the thing is, the riffs are just tiny part way, where this kind of a greatness approaches a band. These riffs are a little bit maybe too mediocre to actually, go boom in your head. And also the production on this new album is a little bit weak. It's kind of raw, but not in a good way, if you catch my drift. It's not like this is Ilion or Burzum album, but it's somewhere in the middle, you know. Whereas this kind of melodic black metal would actually benefit of having kind of a clear, kind of a more sharp sound. Think of Dissection and the like. Malum is somewhere in between. It's not exactly raw to be primitive and kind of a feral, but it's not exactly polished and, you know, sharp as a razor to cut your flesh. It's just somewhere between. It's like those poor pair of scissors which are not sharp enough to cut the paper and just make you frustrated. But it's not either a blunt instrument of violence which just make you feel like, oh, I'm gonna smash the bastard's head with this. Somewhere in between. It's not a big thing, but it's kind of annoying. Especially when the drum cymbals are actually, you know, kind of overshadowing the guitar sound, which makes the guitar sounds kind of on the background, feeling kind of weak, which is then again a little bit annoying when the guitar riffs are supposed to be that melodic and sharp and all that stuff. Now, basically everything else there is just fine, but it's just fine. It's not top-notch album, it's not greatness, it cannot withstand comparison to early 2018 black metal releases such as By Vatine, The Ugly, or Lord of Pagathorn. But given that, or being said that, there's no reason why not to check out Malum out. It's quite good band on stage, they're performing steadily, and there are no actually weakness or weak points is there, and same goes for the album. Even though it's not the greatest to come out this year or even early 2018, it's still something that kinda deserves it listening. So, if melodic black metal with fast tempo is your cup of tea, or you're tempted to listen to that kind of stuff, go ahead and check Malum. There's very little to lose and basically lots of possibility to actually gain some new insight to Finnish black metal. Here's my review of the album. Hope you enjoyed it, and as always, come back for more. Rauta channel. Feel free to subscribe and drop your comments. See ya next time, and stay metal.